Hello, hello, it's Sareeta of Young, Bold, and Beautiful, and you're watching me on AmericaPreachers.com.
Now, of course, people say I don't want to toot my own horn, but I want to acknowledge and I want to honor you for all of the things that you are doing. So many accolades and great things that you are a part of. How are you, young and black as an African American woman? How are you so focused, and what drives you to keep you from when you have so many distractions and so many things want to get you left and right? How do you stay so focused?
Well, I have a formula. I keep God first, family second, and everything else falls in line. I have been blessed. I come from a little place called Matthews, Virginia, and I'm the first one on my dad's side to go to college. From a young age, my parents told me that I could be whatever I wanted to be, and I truly believe that. And the first thing that I started to do was work on a plan. So what I've learned is you have to plan the work and work the plan. You can become whoever you want to be, and you can go as high as you want to be, but you have to have a plan, and you have to stay focused. But most of all, you have to stay grounded. And I think that I've been able to do what I've done is because Christ has always been my focus. I find that by serving God, He has really helped to navigate my path. And He's put in my life the people that should be there. And then on the flip side of it, He's removed some people too, because that will happen along the process. But I've gotten all that I've gotten because of God. I cannot even say that it's me. But, God has a plan for my life, but I've also had a plan myself. I've also written out some goals. I've had to go to school. I've had to do some work. And because of that, I am who I am.
And now, what are some advice and tips if you could share with us, especially, and let's start off with young women.
Okay.
Some things that you have noticed that you think are great tips and great advice going into the professional field that a young woman should be mindful of.
I think that she has to know her value, know her worth, and she has to know what her purpose is. I find a lot of young people, they don't really know what they're trying to do, and they're trying to fill things out, and I understand that, but you have to have some type of plan for your life. And as a young woman, you have to carry yourself a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, you have to operate in etiquette, you have to be professional. So if I had any advice to a young saved woman, it's be professional, know your value, know your worth, and always represent Christ, because you have one time to make a first impression. And if someone meets you and you have a bad attitude, whatever, you can mess up that person, and you can mess up a networking opportunity that has the potential to take you to another level.
As young women going into the professional field, okay. Some of them, they argue about the opportunity that they do not get. What do you believe is a downfall, is a hindrance, is from keeping them going to that next level?
I think sometimes they're not packaged right. Sometimes their resume is all wrong. Okay. Sometimes they don't know how to separate, for example, their appearance. There are some things that I can wear into a boardroom that I cannot wear. For example, there's some things that I can necessarily wear into church that I necessarily wouldn't wear into a boardroom. Okay. For example, I've seen people to come into a boardroom with their rhinestone suits and things of that nature, great big earrings and things of that. When you go into a boardroom, you have to be polished. So there are certain things that you can and you cannot do, and you have to know what and what not to do. And the greatest thing that I would advise to any young lady is to get a mentor. At a young age, I met a mentor at Norfolk State University by the name of Janice Drake, and there were certain things that I would do. I'm a church girl, so get up to do a presentation, and I have on a church suit. Got the rhinestone. It's sharp now, but it's not boardroom ready. So she told me, there's a distinction. You have attire that you wear to the boardroom, and then there's attire that you wear to church. Now, some you can mix, but you need to know what to do and when. And the best way to do it sometimes is just making mistakes and then getting yourself a mentor, and that mentor will help to mold and shape you.
Now, you mentioned about a mentor. I think that is critical, because I talk to a lot of individuals who look for the guidance, but they don't know how to approach someone, and they don't know who to truly ask. How could one reach out to someone, and who should they be looking for for that mentor?
First thing I would tell them to do is just to sit back and watch. Watch what the person says, watch what they do, and watch to see if what they say is aligning to what they do. And if you find someone like that and you think that they will be a good mentor, ask them. Just at the symposium the other day, there was a young lady we had been talking the whole morning. And she says, you know, you said something about a mentor. I don't have one. Would you mind being my mentor? She says, because there are things that I just don't know. I'm just graduating from ODU. I don't know what to do. So she just asked. So if you see someone that has the attributes of someone that you want to be, then I say, by all means, ask them.
Yes. For that young woman who's watching this, she's trying to find her place, trying to find her purpose. She knows it's something greater that she should be doing, but she feels like she's stuck. What advice, what words of encouragement could you share with her?
I would tell that young lady to keep going because she knows she has a purpose. She knows she has a plan, to keep going. Sometimes, not trying to get churchy, but sometimes the enemy can try to deceive you. Because things are not working or some doors are being shut, it may look like it'll never come to pass. But to that young lady, I say, you know you're going to be somebody. You know when you go to sleep at night, you know when you wake up that you feel in your heart of hearts that you're going to be somebody. Do not let your dream die. Do whatever you have to do to resuscitate it. There may be some times you have to struggle. I remember times when I graduated from college with a degree, my car broke down. At the time, my parents were experiencing struggle. They could not help me. I had a college degree riding a bus. I don't know if you've ever had to go there, but that right there will keep you as humbly possible. But because of that experience, I realized that regardless of how much I am blessed, I always have to realize from where I come from. And every part of the struggle is really a part of your process. And all of it has purpose. You know, the word says all things will work together for your good. You know, you may have been laid off, somebody may have died, a friendship may have been severed, but through all of that, understand and know that you're going to make it and you're going to be okay. But you cannot give up. And my motto for life is a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. So to that young lady, I just tell her, keep on going. God has you.